Welcome to Beyond the Product. I'm Jason.
And I'm Miranda.
And guys, you've made it to episode 4, The Future of Chiasson Smoke. If you've followed along so far, a recap of our other episodes. Episode 1 was kind of how we met. Episode 2 is we're in business. Episode 3 was a lot of the lessons learned, a lot of the challenges that we've faced and overcome. And this is episode 4, where we talk about the future, talk about some of the tools that we've added to the shop, talk about the goals that we hope to achieve in the future, kind of where we're headed. So, if you've enjoyed it so far, stick around. Let's get episode 4 started off. All right, Miranda, I'm going to let you start this off. What are we looking towards? Where are we taking it from here? We've gotten to this point now where we've gained a small social media following. Business seems to be, I wouldn't say exploding, but there's definitely a consistency. What's next? Where are we going from here?
We've been gradually outgrowing our shop for the past, how many years we've been here? 7 years, 8 years now. So we are buying a building, and it'll be about 6 times bigger than what we have now, in a town called Boscobel, which is about 15 minutes from where we are now.
Yep. The shop right now is basically 3,000 square feet.
Between the buildings.
Yeah. So we're in about 3,000 square feet, and we've outgrown it. So we just purchased a 21,000 square foot facility.
So I think moving into the new shop, a lot of our employees currently live in the town or very close to the town we're moving to. So that'll be nice, especially like lunch breaks. And we are very far from a town. So even if people wanted to leave for lunch or go eat somewhere, it's impossible for the.
I think it played a lot to do even with hiring.
Yeah.
We are kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So moving into town.
Yeah, and that's going to open up doors too for more maybe local business too. And then we'll have a little office space in there. It's just pretty roughed in right now, but we have little things in there we need to improve upon and build in. But we're pretty excited to get it all organized and arranged out with all our new tools and current tools we have, trying to get a good flow going. So that's a process. We've never been in a building that is like all under one roof, because right now we move our products from one building to a finishing building to a shipping room to back to the finishing room.
We have the shop that we lease, and that's down the road, so we got to go down there.
And right now for that shop, we're cutting all the parts here at the first shop, the original shop, and bringing them to that shop, because that shop right now is just basically welding and fabricating.
Well, it's our smoker shop.
It's the smoker shop, right?
So the press brakes are there to get more room here for the rocket stoves and all the attachments, and But we got to remember the finishing. We have to remember the cleaning and prepping.
Right.
The shipping department.
Yeah, because even right
office spaces.
The finishing, we don't powder coat a lot right now, but it's something we want to bring back in, is powder coating and painting. So right now, just to even powder coat anything, it's like we gotta, because we keep it all sealed up, so we gotta open everything back up, just to powder coat 1 or 2 parts, turn the oven on, sandblast,
Yeah, it's not
the whole process is not very efficient right now. So we're pretty excited to get it organized and ready to be used efficiently, for sure.
Yep. And
even like steel. When steel comes, steel storage with this new building is going to be so much easier. It'll be under one roof. We don't have to worry about.
Well, it's so many. Like I just think back of when we started in the shop to now, like material storage. That's something we didn't even think about. Material handling, not even something you thought about. What do you? It's like, man, you just grab a sheet and you throw it on your table, and when you're done cutting, you take the parts off. That's fine and dandy until you get to a point to where, wow, material handling is a big deal. And That's when those suction lifts have come in to
Yeah.
play pretty good.
Yeah.
We've been using one of those, and we ended up getting a few more.
Hmm.
Um,
Everything's gonna go a lot smoother. The efficiency should go up a lot in percent.
Loading and unloading the tables
Yeah.
the way that we have it now, material stored outside. Um, Got to go grab it, bring it in. Imagine, we're just being able to have our material stored where it's going to be cut at, and
Right.
simple jibs or something like that. Suction lift, pick it up, drop it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be pretty handy to have.
Just gonna be safer too.
Way safer.
And our forklift probably gets, well, especially now in the springtime, our forklift probably gets stuck twice a day.
Yeah, that's something to think about too.
Our,
If our forklift is always stuck in the
yeah.
mud.
So everything seems to take a while.
Yep. So that's definitely going to improve.
Another thing with the building is cardboard storage for boxes.
Shipping department.
Shipping department, like
Yeah.
we have a little what is that? Like the back of a truck?
A cargo.
Cargo
Yeah.
trailer.
Well, it's a cargo box. It's a
Cargo box, yeah, whatever. Um, that stores a lot of our cardboard, but we need more space than that because we're capped at how many boxes we can order right now because of the space we have. So that will be. I don't think we're gonna know what to do with ourselves with being able to have everything there.
Well, we're also going to be able to order more boxes at a time, so that'll get
Yeah,
our cost down. And
for sure.
yeah, just having everything organized under one roof is going to be a game changer, I think.
So we don't have to go outside during a rainstorm or a blizzard to get more boxes or load a sheet.
Right. It's all part of the process. We started from where we started, and gradually growing and making the improvements. A lot of these improvements are things you don't even think about really until you're in the middle of it, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, I didn't realize we needed this much space just for the shipping department.
Right.
So yeah, the new building is definitely going to be a plus. We're also going to be thinking of some of our goals as terms of in the industry, right? Of
Yep.
and what is that would be the ISO
9001. Yeah.
9001. That's our 5-year goal that I think is going to be a huge challenge for us because this is more about reputation. I mean, it gets a little more detailed than that, but it's about excellent customer service. It's about excellent systems, operations,
Management.
management, and that's what I want to get better at. I want to become a better person. I want to become a better leader, and that is a nationally recognized certification that, uh, especially for manufacturing and things like that, be recognized as you're a dependable business. You have systems in place. You care about your employees, and that's one of our big goals here. We're making it a 5-year challenge because there's a lot we have to learn, and there's a lot that we have to get better at,
Yep.
and we're gonna constantly work towards that. But now let's talk about the fun stuff. Well, that's fun, but
That is pretty exciting, if you
yeah.
ask me.
so
Everybody won't be working on
so
top of each other.
right. So we're getting into the new shop. We're gonna also be adding some tools. If you don't know, this year, 2024, we added laser into the shop, kind of a introductory table, 2 kilowatt system, single phase power. We've seen the benefits, and we're definitely moving in that, realizing that we're going to start moving into that direction. We're not getting rid of plasma because plasma is definitely a value in the shop. We're going to have 2 plasma tables, and we're going to have 2 laser tables. We'll have the 2 kilowatt, and we're also going to have the 6 kilowatt. So we're getting into 3D press brakes. So
Hopeling.
hoping.
Hopeling, we're going to be getting some of those.
Yeah.
No, so last year we got a little Titan CNC from Langmuir. So if you do have a small little shop, little garage, they're perfect. They're small little footprint press brakes. So that was our first introduction to CNC press brakes. So now we're getting some big dogs and
Yeah.
some big
Well,
press brakes and which would
we've
be pretty exciting to learn and
we've always kind of taken that approach where we kind of introduce ourselves to it, kind of play with it, figure it out, see if it's a benefit, and 100%. The 3D CNC press brakes, 6+1 axis, are amazing, and the laser tables are going to be a huge asset. But that not only that, we plan on getting into some machining. If you don't know, machining was also like I play around with our manual lathe. Like to me, machining is like a step above, and it's definitely a challenge that I want to get into. We have resources now, people that we know that are experts at this stuff, and they can really help us. And we're excited to get into some CNC machining. We're going to get a CNC lathe. We're going to go with that Doosan, the Lynx 2100 LSYB. I think it's a good introductory machine for what we're doing, and so stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty exciting, I think.
yeah, we're excited.
So besides the bigger shop tools, what about products? Where is Chiasson Smoke headed? And we are actively trying to get into the pellet smokers. Um, it's I think it's fun because I enjoy cooking with my offset, and I also enjoy cooking with my pellet smoker, and I think it just fits us to add that to our line, kind of accommodate everyone. There's different attachments that we've made for the rocket stoves. We will be adding a, full-fledged finishing department, so we're gonna have everything in house, which is blasting, painting, powder coating, oven, everything. Um, and we're starting to play around with the Cerakote options for the rocket stoves to get those finished. Now, I will say this: what we've ran across is the Cerakote is still fading, so we're trying different options. There's different types of high temp Cerakote, so we're kind of just seeing what's out there, what's available. Um, and then adding the new tools. Do you know how excited I am for the CNC lathe?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad. Well, I just think of some of the things that we're going to be able to do in house for our products, and I really feel like it's one of those tools until we get it and
Right.
really get into it and really just like the plasma tables. It's like you know it's gonna open doors, but you don't realize it until you start using it, and then it just changes your whole mindset.
Yeah.
Like the plasma table just changed the way we thought about fabrication.
Yeah, and then the laser, and then a press brake that now you have a press brake with a laser. Like that's goals. like we
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that
Well,
we
and
have
then being 3D, basically SolidWorks. So we use SolidWorks here at the shop, and taking a drawing with all the bin profiles in it, and then being able to send it straight to the machine,
hmm
and the machine figure out the sequence. The machine, I
Yeah,
mean, there's some inputs we have to put in,
it's
but
pretty amazing stuff. Yeah, so keeping our plasma table, I think, is really important. We use it on the thicker materials. It's also great to have because our laser tables do a lot of production, kind of like same parts over and over, um, where sometimes we have little one-off jobs or projects and we need that table. And these plasma tables do such a great job at cutting,
yeah,
parts, just a part here and there that we need. And a lot of the
plasma definitely has its place for
it does
sure.
definitely have its place, and um,
For a while I was like, well, if we're going to laser, I think a lot of people say, yeah, man, once you get into laser, you're gonna get rid of your plasma. But um, I mean, we ran into it this weekend when that guy stopped by with that 1 inch plate,
Right.
and it's like if we wouldn't have had our plasma
We
tables,
couldn't have cut it
we
with
wouldn't
our
have been able to
laser. Yeah.
cut it for him. Now, moving into the 6 kilowatt, because we are getting a 6 kilowatt, we would be able to do that. But even still, like, it's hard for me to want to get rid of the plasma tables.
I think you don't want to stop production on your sheets when you just have a part here or there you got to cut, like a
Because some of these
for some
parts, some of
custom
these
jobs.
parts necessarily don't have to be precision cut. So
Right. The coal grates for our rocket stoves, I mean, those are do not need to be cut
yeah,
with the laser. And the plasma does a great job with those, and we tumble them. We don't even take a grinder to them. Plus, we don't with our plasma tables, we really don't have a lot of dross at all.
no.
So cleaning our plasma cut parts isn't that time consuming.
And I see, like, that's one thing. I see a lot of guys like even posting videos of their plasmas and stuff like that. And we must have just got lucky with our two plasma tables. I don't, because our cuts are clean. We don't have the dross guys fight
Yeah.
with. Well, like,
But we also, like, I'm not saying they didn't, but we took a lot of time and studied, and like we ran our machines at different settings. We always checked height. We always took that time to work on all the settings to make sure
yeah.
we didn't have a lot of dross. So
Now we're dealing.
maybe it's
Now we're
maybe it,
dealing with that with laser.
yeah,
Laser's a whole new animal.
yeah, and the laser's not like
I
plasma.
think, yeah. A lot of guys, you know, like I said earlier, they say, man, once you get laser, and I see that, I can see what they're saying, but yeah, we're not going to get rid of them yet. We'll basically be running two plasma tables and two laser tables,
Yeah.
and we keep them busy. What we have now stays busy, and adding the 6 kilowatt.
We'll be adding more products continuously on production runs when we get in the new building. We haven't started that big process yet
Yeah.
because we don't have the space.
And it sounds like, man, you've got four tables, but you know a lot of guys are running. You know, you think of it like bigger shops are running like these 10 by 20 tables or whatnot. We're just running the 5 by 10s, so it kind of
6 by 20.
yeah, six
Something.
by
Yeah.
twenties and stuff
Really
like that.
long
So
tables.
maybe at some point we get a really big table that would take every footprint that these are taking. But for right now, this is the step we're taking, and we'll go from there. Having the ability to use the 3D press brakes changes the game. Like I've always said, a cutoff wheel, a welding machine, and a press brake, a guy can make a living.
Yeah.
No, it's true though.
And
Like,
the 3D isn't a necessity.
right,
It's going to be nice.
it's just gonna
Yes.
because
We use SolidWorks and we can bring in 3D drawings.
right straight to
Yeah.
straight to
Pretty
it.
amazing stuff.
And it's not even one thing I'm learning too. It's not that the press brakes are expensive. It's all the tooling that's is
Right.
the tooling can start adding up on all the different things you need to do. But even making small intricate parts, um, the your a CNC press brake is when you can get to that
Well,
point.
it's repetition and there's less error when you can put in a program. I mean, we have parts we've been thousands and thousands of, and the program's already in the press brake, and all you need to do is select that program and bend the parts, and they should all be the exact same.
Right, it's
And
you spend a lot of time, or you spend a little time up
because
front fine tuning
yeah,
everything.
let's not forget when we didn't have that. What were we using when we first started doing the 4-inch rocket stove parts? Those 14 gauge fuel doors, ash pan backs. What were we using to bend all the parts?
The pan brake
The pan brake. And how old was that?
of 1950 Dryson Crumper, yeah, pan
The
brake.
pan brake.
I still have it. We still have it. That 14
Yeah.
gauge pan brake.
But we pushed it too far.
Yeah, there were some. Well, we put eighth on
Yeah.
there. We
Oh,
we needed, yeah. we
And then
had
there was human error with that sometimes because we had to mark them where we had to bend them. There was such a process for it.
and that's what happens with the um, manual press brakes.
Yeah, so
It's human
human error
error.
wherever we put.
Not that you can't have human error
No,
on
no,
the
no.
CNC
Yeah,
brakes,
right.
but there's
It,
definitely more consistency with the CNC brakes.
yeah.
We needed to see. I needed to see that myself. That's where
Mm-hmm.
that little Titan kind of stepped
Yeah.
in. I mean
And that
that
Titan is
for the price of
for the
what it
price
is.
point of what it
And
was.
don't get me wrong, there's stuff on there that's you can understand. Okay, this is why it's cheaper,
Right.
but for the consistency and the ability to repeat the same part over and over and over, that's where the CNC
It's
shines. And I think
that helped efficiency and definitely helped the mistakes. We'd have a pile of,
yeah, because a
and it's
simple
like,
mistake.
okay, how much time and how much material on the table running. And so we learned that even though the Titan was more inexpensive, it definitely helped that.
Yeah, and I think these press brakes are going to be a
Yeah.
game changer. Like I said, I mean, think of the evolution of our press brakes to where the DIY kit from uh, Swag Off Road,
Yeah.
the first that was our first press brake.
Then the ancient pan brake.
Then the pan brake.
Oh, there was you forgot about that was the one I was talking about, the big Chicago 9.
Yeah,
That was a Chicago.
yeah.
But what
That
about the
was
other
a
green one?
that was a 18.
That was a pan brake. The other one wasn't a pan brake.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The big
An
sheet metal
apron,
one.
an apron sheet metal brake. Yeah,
Are we
it's
talking
not
about the same green one?
the 8 foot
Yeah.
apron brake.
Yeah.
But that's only an 18 gauge brake. It's a sheet metal brake.
Right, but we used it on our 14 gauge
Yeah,
cars.
and
Yeah.
we broke it
And we broke it. Okay.
because we
Yeah, I
tried to
remember
bend.
that. And then the pan brake came, or the Chicago.
Then
They're
I got
both
the
Chi-
14 gauge pan brake,
Okay. I'm so confused.
and then we got the 25.
They're all green. Okay. Anyway.
And then we got the 25-ton that Dyson
Yeah.
Crump
Pan brake. No,
press brake,
finger brake.
the mechanical brake.
Oh, the big. Yeah. Okay. See, we have so many green
We
ones.
didn't have so many though.
There were 3 green ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was the DIY kit. We ran that one for a year. The Swag Off
Oh,
Road
yeah,
kit.
okay. That one wasn't green.
That one was not green. But we had that apron, the 8 foot,
The
18
sheet metal
gauge,
one, yes.
which is just a sheet metal.
Yes, shouldn't have been used for what we were doing.
No, it was an 18 gauge
Then
sheet
the
metal
finger
apron
brake.
brake. Then we got the 14 gauge finger brake.
Yes.
Then we got the
Iroquois. No, you're right. Okay, the
We had the-
Chicago.
You're forgetting your years. Each thing lasted about a
Yes.
year.
I know. So then the Chicago Dyson Crump
25-ton mechanical brake.
mechanical brake.
And
that
then
thing
that was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
But that thing was dangerous. That'd bite your fingers off.
Yeah.
Then we bought the Iroquois
Yeah.
because that was in the budget.
Yeah.
And then we needed something with the open. We needed open ends. The Iroquois didn't have
ends,
open
yep.
ends because we needed our chambers to be able to come out from the side.
For the
Yep. And then
big
that's
smokers.
right. So we ended up with the beat and bender,
Yep.
and that's what we have now.
Yep.
And
That's a good brake.
yeah, but we still use the Iroquois
Yeah.
for some parts. We have it set up with a station, and then the beat and bender, and
And
the beat and bender has the NC controllers on it,
Mm-hmm.
which is accurate, but it's still a manual brake. You kind of
Right.
so being able to run programs is going to be nice with the CNC option. Yeah, that's another good point too. We're looking at growing the team. So yeah, there's a lot happening for sure, and
Yep. Trying to get long form YouTube videos rolling. That's really a big focus. So we hired in Chad, who's here, and he's helping us get things rolling on that side and getting some content put out and learning who we are. And we're, it's fun.
yeah, we hope to get to the point thinking of our supporters, our customers, U.S. manufacturing, bringing everything in house. Our turnaround times, just cleaning it all up, right? Like just getting better,
Lean manufacturing.
lean manufacturing. Um, consistent products where everything is good. Learning that process as we go, and just being able to offer new products as they come out and having the equipment to do it. Um, but we're not only growing Chiasson Smoke and hoping to expand and make that something. We also have to look at our social media side and wanting to get better at that. Offer content that is both fun for us to make, um, informative, funny, all of the good stuff,
Yeah.
and bring this podcast to life. This is episode 4, and episode 4, I think, is going to be the final episode, basically 1, 2, 3, and 4, that shows where we started and then brings us to where we are. Um,
Yeah, we could have got super more in detail about all this stuff, but we kind of just summed it up into 4 episodes.
right. So it brings us to where we're at now. And what is the future of the podcast? What do we
Yeah.
what do we hope to do with this?
Yeah, so we hope to bring in people into the studio and also remote and get kind of a little business community podcast going.
Like Miranda said, bringing guests on, bringing industry leaders in certain aspects of this business, not only to benefit us, but hopefully to benefit all of you that have been following us. Um, and I don't, we've shared our experience, but let's hear from some other people. Let's bring some experts in, talk to them, let them offer some advice, and I think it's going to be beneficial for everyone. So make sure you keep following along, and because we're excited to see what we can bring to the table. Some topics we want to explore, things we want to talk about in these podcasts. Definitely fabrication techniques. So we hope to get some welders in here. I know there's a few guys myself that that would, I think, be very beneficial for you to hear and just talk about welding and the industry, where that's headed, where they feel it's headed. Then we also look at the business side of things, and I want to get people in here that have started businesses, what they've learned, hear our story, go from there, and
But not even just welding and fabrication businesses, other small businesses that are husband and wife, maybe that are kind of on the same journey we are. Just to hear from other people and how they have brought on and done their business together.
yeah, I think it would be pretty interesting to kind of see how other people have done it. Maybe we've done some things that they're like, man, if you'd have done it this way, it would have gone a lot better, and we would have learned from that, and just share that experience with our followers. So, if there's anything specific that maybe you would want to hear, maybe someone on our podcast, leave some comments. Let us know. We're gonna look at all of this and try to accommodate all of it. This is an opportunity not only for ourselves but also for you to meet people in the industry, meet people in on the business side, the entrepreneur world, and hopefully this platform allows us to share some knowledge. Because I know for a fact when we were starting our business, I felt like I was always searching for something. I didn't know exactly what it was, and if we could create a source of that, I think it would be great.
Well, I think that wraps up episode 4.
I think it does. So reach out, guys, if you want to be. Maybe you'd want to be a guest on here, or let us know if there's someone that you think would be a good guest. We'd like to reach out to them and see if that would fit in. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
chicken wings.
Yeehaw!